A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secrets Revealed Aftersought. So today's review on Aftersought is going to be yet another rival blaster. I haven't really done one for some time, so it's about time that I got back into it. This is the rival Hypnos, in its blue color variant, of course. But I don't really know much to say about this one. I mean, the length of this blaster is almost comparable to that of the Jupiter. I mean, I know that the Atlas was pretty bulky in size, but I don't know. The Hypnos just kind of makes it bulky based on length, not so much about its overall girth and its volume. But I will say that, of course, unlike the Atlas, this is in fact clip operated, but honestly, it does a lot better than the Atlas when it comes to loading and... What? Okay. I was gonna say that unloading this clip was good, but I don't even know. There's something wrong with the inside of it. Let's just see. Okay, loading in is just fine, but... Yeah, I mean, look. I'm holding down the release button and it's not budging. Okay, so if I tug upwards a little bit, that's what disengages the lock. I mean, what happened with this thing? How did it end up like that? Well, okay, maybe I'm just going in a little too deep on that, but that's kind of what happens. But that's not really the point why I have this review going on, though. So here's its overall function. Yeah. Oh, okay. Apparently it misfired a little bit, so that's like another flaw I'm gonna have to scratch off the list based on like flaws that I could identify in each blaster, but that's just two overall that I've identified already. Aside from, well, the bulkiness based on its overall length, it's at least 3 feet from barrel tip to the stock tip at the end. I mean, look at that. That's around 3 feet. And I have measured it, by the way, so you don't need to go finicky with the comments section. So anyways, clip release is kind of frustrating, especially if you're trying to unload it in a quick amount of time. You have to tug on it a little bit and then pull out. Because before I didn't have to do that. Yeah, I don't know what happened. So anyways. What I can say about this blaster is that, well, it's a shotgun sort of blaster with a stock on the end of it. And it's also kind of loud. Yeah, that's another flaw right there. That's 4 that I just identified. 4 of them. It's quite long. Its clip release isn't very good. It kind of misfires at times during priming. And it's kind of loud when firing. So that's 4 flaws I've identified in this thing. That's all gonna hurt its score tremendously. I can tell you that for sure. But anyways, if there's one other thing that I might as well test just to see if it can redeem itself, well, I guess it'd be time for me to go ahead and try put some invisibullets in it and let's see where it goes from there. Now, a little side note though, this blaster actually appeared in Nerf Secret Revealed Bolts of Intrigue Part 1, and it'll be a part of Nerf Secret Revealed Bolts of Intrigue in general. Initially, I was going to have it be a shotgun sort of blaster because, well, that's kind of what its function is like. Slide the pump forward and back, and press the trigger and fired, and that's that. But I actually did a little work on this thing. I was able to convert it into a nice heavy assault rifle sort of thing. Kind of like the one from Doom. But you know what? Let's just see where that goes. I knew it would be good. Wow. Okay, so yeah, 4 flaws I identified in this thing. But you know what? That thing actually helped out a little bit. So you know what? Its score is going to be taken up by 1 point. That's it. 1 point. Everything else is kind of just going to scrape off the points on the overall score that I give to this thing, because in general, 4 flaws I've already identified in this thing, and of course the invisible integration happened to be one of the only saving graces for this thing. The redeeming factor that pretty much took on a lot of different challenges, and overall, I'd say it's still pretty good for what it is. It may be very long, it may be kind of hard to handle for some people. Its clip release, well, in my case, is a little finicky in a way. You have to pull it out in certain directions, otherwise it's not even gonna budge. I still don't even know why that happened, but anyways. Yeah. It kind of misfires, so pay attention to that if you wanna use this thing on the battlefield. And let's not forget, it's pretty comparable to that of the Atlas and the Oniros and a few other Rivals blasters that I've already deemed were pretty loud when it came to plastic on plastic contact between different ends. But you know what? I suppose that that's doable. You could probably deal with it if you were not easily irritated by the sounds of it. If you're a patient like me, I consider that you can go ahead and pick this up. The overall score that I give on this is 7.1 out of 10. So, I was originally going to give it around a 6.0, but like I said, the invisible integration happened to save this thing from becoming a flop, in a way. That's just from my point of view. If you ever wanted to try something like that, then well, I suggest you could go ahead and try it out. But you know what? The Hypnos, this is a pretty good heavy assault rifle-esque kind of blaster. But anyways, that's all I got to talk about in general. Its ergonomics are fair enough. It may sound loud, it may be pretty loud, it may not have, well, it may not have some good things put into it, but hey, anything else can also be doing pretty well, because you can put different clips in there. Only time will tell if you could ever put a Rivals drum magazine in that blaster. It would probably look ridiculous the way I picture it, but who knows? If it's ever going to be real, I guess we'll find out. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.